everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today I'm going to be doing a recipe that's called spiral curry puffs, and these are super amazing, crispy with a potato filling that we're going to put inside. Now for the potato filling, I do have a video that I will put the link above that will take you to the filling. I have that video, so we're not going to be doing the filling today, we're just going to be doing the spiral curry puffs. I would also like to take the time out today to thank Hassan for doing the video, and I would also like to dedicate this video to my uncle who passed away yesterday. He was my mother's younger brother, and he had a lot to do with my videos in a sense that he really went out of his way to share my videos, to share what I did. He really supported me and encouraged me, and one thing he always used to say is you need to reach for the stars. And his name was Has. He was known as Has, or his name was Hasnain Hirji Walji, and he was a man with a golden heart. Yesterday I had decided to do this video yesterday and take these to the hospital for him or his family, and I received a call in the evening saying that he had passed away. It was a really big shock to us, and so if you are watching this video, whether you know him or not, can you just take just a couple seconds and just say a prayer for him, because he truly was an inspiration, and always told me to reach for the stars and work harder for my YouTube videos. So let's get started. So for this video, we're going to be needing to use two different type of doughs. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with binding the first dough. We'll keep that aside. We'll bind the second dough. We'll keep that aside. And then as we go along, I'll show you what we're doing as far as the ingredients. The ingredients are extremely simple. So let's get started with binding the dough. So for the first dough, we're going to take 3 cups of white flour or maida. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to be adding a little bit of salt in there. Oops, sorry about that. A little bit of salt, and we're also going to be adding 1 stick, which is 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, or if you're looking at grams, it's 113 grams, or if you're looking under net weight, it's 4 ounces. So we're going to put that all in there, and we're going to bind the dough. So once you get this, the flour and the butter really mixed in, and when you make a fist and it holds just a little bit, doesn't have to hold much, that means that you've got most of the butter already incorporated with the flour. So now I am just going to start adding. I've got 1 cup of water here, but I know that that's going to be a whole lot. But I'll try and measure as best as I can to tell you how much water we're going to need to put in there. So you can see here that I've just binded the dough, and to my surprise, I was able to use the whole cup of water. The thing is, when I am cooking in my kitchen, I really don't measure, so I didn't realize that the whole cup of water would be going in there. So the first dough did take a whole cup of water, and you want to have a stiff dough. You don't want a very soft dough. So at this point, you just want to, I just kneaded it maybe 5 minutes, and if you have a machine, you want to do it in the machine, that's fine. I just feel like I love kneading the dough and doing it by hand, but if you want to, you can use your machine if you have one. So at this point now, I'm just going to cover this and let it rest for about 15-20 minutes, and in the meantime we're going to start doing our dough number 2. So dough number 2, we're going to do 1.5 cups of flour, So in here now, I'm just going to go ahead and add that 1 stick of butter, which is 113 grams, or let's see, 8 tablespoons or half a cup. Okay. And I like using my unsalted butter. I like using unsalted butter in everything because that way I can control the salt. When you have the salted butter, you really can't control the salt in that, right? And then lastly, we're just gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of salt. So you wanna do the same thing with this, where you're gonna rub the flour and the butter until you have really nice like crumb mixture. And we're gonna start putting in just a little bit of water to bind another dough. This is a kind of like, I think, short crust that we're doing. The dough, we're gonna take the first dough and we're gonna put the second dough inside of it, and then we're gonna show you how we're gonna roll it. This is going to be where we're gonna get all those beautiful spirals or layers into our dough. All right, so I think I've got most of it massaged in. And I think the best thing I'm gonna do on this one is to do like a tablespoon of water. That way I can come up with exact measurement for you guys. So I already put 1 tablespoon in. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. Three or 3 chamcha. Show you here that this dough, you see how it's not like the first dough we did. You know, it's like short crust. It's like cookie dough. So it's got a lot of butter in it with less flour. That's what's going to help us do our layers in it. Okay, so again, I'm going to cover this and dough number 1, and we're just going to let it rest for at least 15 or 20 to 25 minutes, and then when we come back, I'll show you what we're going to do with the next step. $17 pieces, kanto 70 pieces. So I've got 17 pieces of dough number 1, 17 pieces of dough number 2. So at this point, I'm just taking them and rolling it around. Just make a round, and if you see any that are bigger, just keep your dough on the side. You might need it for another dough, so you can just you can see here that what I'm doing here is just these are ready. Dough number 1 is ready. The number 2 now, we're just making them into nice, rolling them out just like that. And then I'll show you the first one here. What we're gonna do is you just want to flatten this dough out with your hand, just like that. You're gonna take one of your doughs, the dough number 2, and then we're going to wrap it inside, just like that. And close it. Just like that. Now we're gonna let this dough rest until we get all the other ones done. I'll show you one more time. So you take dough number 1, flatten it out with your hand or your fingers. Put dough number 2 inside, stretch it up and just close it, just like that. And then again, we're gonna rest this. I'm gonna finish all of these and then I'll show you what our next step is. So I've got, you know, the outer dough and the inner dough inside. What you want to do now is you want to start in the middle, slowly put some pressure on, and then from the middle, roll out. That way we are 100% sure that the inside dough is, I don't know if you can see here, but if you can see, there's two different colors of dough. You see that? That's their outer dough, and then that's our inner dough that has the butter in it. So you just want to do that until you have a really nice long piece here. All right. Once you do that, you're going to start rolling it just like that. All right, you've got it rolled. Now put it the opposite direction. Take your fingers and really, really pat it down. Take your rolling pin and first roll it so that you have a little bit of the width, okay? Come back and start rolling it again. You see we have the two color doughs again? All right, so now we're gonna roll it again, and you don't want to do too much of a tight roll, okay? The first one, if you do a tight roll, that's okay. The second one, just don't want too much of a tight roll. Now we're just gonna cut it in the middle. Now when we stand these up, you see how this has all those spirals in there? So you want to take that and you want to start rolling it this way. Don't roll it this way, roll it this way. And believe me, it does make a difference. I have made these 2 times before I'm showing this recipe, so I really have I have some pointers to tell you guys. So all right, so you want to have this in about 2.5 by 2.5. Now I want you to see on the bottom, do you see all those layers on the bottom? They're just gorgeous, and we rolled it this way. That's the way you want to hold it, and you want to put your filling in there. All these little things do make a difference when they fry up. Okay. We're going to start pinching it from the sides here, just like that. All right. Once you know that you have all the sides really closed up, you want to go back and just pinch on the outer side. Have you ever eaten anything like this, or sometimes they do the sweet samosas or something, and you bite into it and you've got this part of the dough which is uncooked and it's just nasty? So this is gonna eliminate that rawness, because if we just leave it as it is going to be thicker than all the whole curry puff here, right? So now I've got it pretty thinned out. Do you see that? I'm just doing the sides. I'm not even touching the insides. Now for rolling, you want to take your thumb on the bottom, index finger on top, and you pinch it. When you pinch it going this way, not the inside, so you don't puncture any of the puff itself. So you see how you have that corner? Bring that up and pinch. Bring that up and pinch. Bring it up and pinch. And you keep on doing that. You see how this corner comes out? That's what you want to hold on to, and you want to pinch it just like that. So you're actually not pinching it inside, you're pinching it on the outside. That way you're not, there's no holes in there, because if there's holes in there, the oil is gonna go in there and the filling is gonna become not very tasty. I usually take this end part off because I feel like it gives it the doughy taste. So I take it out, I usually put it into the last dough that I will be rolling out. But do you see how we have got layers over here? Look at how those beautiful layers are gonna be. So once we start frying these, I'm gonna show you one more, but as soon as we start frying it, I'll show you how the layers are gonna look, right? So again, we're gonna make a circle about 2.5 by 2.5. Right? See the bottom? All right, this is the top, and it's perfect because it looks like a bowl, so you won't forget to don't turn it over. Okay, put the filling in there. Again, we are going to close it. Just like so. Once you have it closed, come back, pinch it again. Just work on the dough, the thick dough. Don't even go on the inside. All right, so keep on doing that just a couple more times until you know you have enough. So when you start rolling or start making that design, you have enough to work with. Okay, now let me show you another shot of this. On the bottom, index finger on top, twist, twist, take this corner, twist, take this corner, twist. Don't go on the inside. That's my mistake, what I was doing, and I made so many of these, that's how I learned. But you want to go on the side, you don't want to go on the inside. All right, see how we're just and you'll come up with a really nice design. I'm going to pinch the end off just like so. All right, and now you can see all those beautiful layers. All right, and we're going to start frying these now. So our oil temperature is not very, very hot. When we put it in there, you see that it takes a while. It's making a bubble, but it's taking a while for it to come up. So I'm still going to lower the heat just a little bit. You want these to cook on low heat, okay, very close to medium but still low. The reason is because if you have hot oil, you're gonna start having bubbles on them, and that is not the right way to fry them. You should have these where they have no bubbles on them and they take a little bit of time to cook. That way they're gonna become really nice, soft and buttery. All right, so I'll let you know how long it takes these to fry up. I will come back. Let me just do my Gujarati video and then I'll come back and I'll show you how the finished product should look like. So these have been frying up for about 12 minutes. This is how the temperature is right here. And now they're nice and golden brown. I've been turning them. I don't know if you can see here. Look at the beautiful layers on this. It's really gorgeous. Now you want to drain them on a paper towel, just like so. Then I'm gonna cut one open and give it a taste test for you to see what it looks like inside. I'm gonna cut into this, but I'm not gonna use a knife. I just want you to see that it's not supposed to be super crispy, but it's supposed to be a little crispy, but yet soft. So let's give this a taste test. I've been doing a taste test I've been doing a recipe. I've been trying this recipe for the past, I think I did it 3 times or 2 times. This was my 3rd time, and I have to say that this time they've come out the best. They're super soft. You can tell that butter, that short crust pastry thing inside is just absolutely delicious. The inside filling is absolutely delicious. These are really, really good. So if you want to add chicken in there, you're more than welcome to do it. But this is for all those vegetarian people that have been requesting me to do more vegetarian videos. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.